Imagine a day in your life where everyone wasn't completely immersed in their phone. I can't, and neither can most of the generation, because we're growing up in a changing world, a different world that even 10 years ago would recognize as their own. All new things come with their fair shares of compliments and criticisms, as they should, so it's always left undetermined whether or not it's an improvement to society. The Oxford English Dictionary chose selfie as its word of the year at the end of 2013, and my generation, the main users of said technology, have been coined the selfie generation, inferring that we are more selfish than other generations. The question is, though, what does it mean? What makes this explosion of tech and social interaction so different? And why is it revolutionary? Of course, a lot of people think everything's about them. We are literally the main characters in our own movies. We don't want to feel like an irrelevant extra. Truth is, it's necessary to feel important, but we don't need to think we're the center of the universe. I think that's something people lack these days are open minds to new ideas and possibilities. It's a gated world with so many new avenues to information. If you restrict your brain to only your thoughts, then of course you'll be thinking you're always right, because you'll never listen or try and find the opposite point of view. This leads to an opinion not based on facts, but because you're always right. Similarly, that method of thinking can generally be defined as individualism. Individualism is defined as the concept that all values, rights, and duties originate in individuals, meaning that each person feels they are only obligated to themselves. Coincidentally, the ideals of individualism have been on the rise in many countries. Statistics taken from over 78 countries indicate an increase in individualism by over 12% worldwide since 1960. The studies found that a common link to growth in individual identity has been connected to a growing socioeconomic success. This means, then, that the more economic success a country has, the more likely society is bound to lean towards individualism. So then, how does selfishness tie into social media and you, the person, if it's all about the money? Let's rewind the clock for a second. With the first iPhone being created in 2007 and Instagram in 2010, we are only in the beginning of a technological revolution. The average adult consumes 5 times more information every day than their counterpart 50 years ago did. Studies say we spend as much as 12 hours a day in front of TVs and computers, and the numbers will only go up. All of this leads up to one of the most powerful markets in history of the world, a powerful market that contributes heavily to swayed individualism. For many people, it's really beneficial, but for most users, it creates unnecessary competition and a more self-centered perspective. We now strive to be people we aren't, and in the process, lose our purpose and who we were created to be. That's the funny thing about it. The more self-centered we become, the more we lose sight of ourselves and what's good for the people around us. What I'm trying to say is that you really shouldn't underestimate your own thoughts and your perspective in the face of others, especially with so many different people's viewpoints accessible through today's social media and the real world. So we can take this 2 ways: become more selfish because that's what we were dubbed by society as we were born, or realize that not only is perspective being limited to your own, but the human connection itself is dying, and there is a real and genuine need for positive change. And how can you be that change? Just open your eyes. As a good friend once told me, what you perceive is what you receive. Imagine a better world, strive to make it happen. Or not, it's my perspective. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or this style of content, make sure to drop a comment and let me know. And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to be up to date on all my newest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.